Okay, here we are. Hey, everybody. So, as you know, we often enjoy playing with some of the oldest cards in the game casually. We definitely enjoy teaching. We're also very sporadic. The last time we streamed, we were going through the My First Battle
Yes.
product, which appears to be very similar to the upcoming Pokemon TCG Pocket app, which we don't have a launch date for yet, as far as I know. But we were very fortunate and blessed to win a giveaway on Twitter recently and got a beautiful Charizard EX deck that I believe is the exact same as the one that Tord Reklev won a regional with here recently. And my wife recently fell in love with what card did you fall in love with when you saw it?
Doduo. It's the shiny version of Doduo. He's green and he's cute and fluffy and adorable. So
And fortunately for Katie, Shiny Doduo does evolve into a Shiny Dodrio with an ability called Zooming Draw, and that Dodrio is actually useful in a few potential decks, but probably the most viable of them is utilizing Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR. So we built one for Katie, and we're gonna practice some games because this week we might actually both get to play in a challenge in a few days at our local store. So I'm gonna get some reps in with Charizard and walk Katie through playing Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. A fun deck that has never had, I don't think it's had any super high level performances, but it always has the potential,
Right.
especially in a meta that is dominated by multi-prize attackers, which I wouldn't say this one is dominated by it, but because there's Ancient Box and Gardevoir use primarily multi-prize or single prize attackers. Obviously, Ancient Box is all single prizers, but it always has the potential. It has the potential to swing very big, as we will hope to demonstrate for you.
hopefully,
So,
fingers crossed.
let's start with this.
Okay.
And white is heads and black is tails. So, heads or tails?
Heads.
It is heads. I would say that in general, you want to go first. Although my deck wants to go second, and there's debate about that. But in general, I think supposedly my deck wants to go second. Charizard's very strong. It certainly can give you a very bricky start one way or the other, especially this version, which has some extra cards in it that are really designed to counter control. Okay. It has 2 copies of Professor Turo's scenario, which just picks a card up off the board.
Okay.
And that's a supporter. And it has another copy of Team Yell's Cheer, which is shuffle 3 in any combination of supporters, Pokemon, or stadium cards, but not Team Yell's Cheer from your discard pile into your deck. So anyway, inevitably, my opening hand where you really want a draw supporter is like Boss Turo Team Yell's Cheer or something like that. So we'll see if that happens again. All right, so you probably want to go first.
I probably want to go first. Okay, great.
All right.
Sure.
Especially because one of your main draw options is to evolve and use your V-Star power, which I completely forgot.
V-Star markers.
V-Star markers.
Yes. Silly. So sorry.
Already.
We talked about it and then we didn't do it because we had other things we were trying to do too.
Okay.
Yay!
So,
thank you.
Funnily enough, a previous Twitter giveaway that we won was for this TC Evolutions red V-Star marker. This was a custom V-Star marker that I got at NAIC 2022 when I played in the retro, the first time that I played in the retro tournament, the Sunlot tournament.
Right,
that was 2022.
Sorry, I was
so
trying to think.
Until our new teal TC Evolutions custom V-Star marker that I just ordered today, along with the 70X dice proposed long and hard by Jake Gearhart that they're now making. Until those come in, we can use that for today.
No, this one's super cool and cute. There's Mew on it.
Yes, it is very well done.
Yes.
That was by Clark Hill. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I was like, I don't know if that was actually right. Sweet.
Yes. Okay. All right, you're gonna go first. I'm gonna go second.
First. Okay,
here
we go.
We'll do this traditional draw fork thing because we need to practice like real playing. So this is already going great. Oh, so fantastic.
We're only supposed to draw 7, right?
Yeah, I mulliganed.
I did not mulligan.
Okay. Your best Pokemon to start are probably Hisuian Zoroark V or Radiant Jirachi. I have Radiant Jirachi in there just for fun. I like it in most decks that use double turbo energy because you have the potential to cheese off a really, really funny KO, but also you can just start it. I'm tempted to put it in Arctina because I've already got Ditto, Transformative Start Ditto in there. So if I already have an Arceus V and I have Ditto in my opening hand, I could Ditto into the Radiant Jirachi, and because you're already planning to evolve to Arceus V-Star and then probably Starbirth for a switch card if you have to. Yeah. But if they go ahead and knock out the Radiant Jirachi, then you get 3 more cards that you get to pick. So then it's like having 5 cards that you get to pick on your second turn. All right. That opening hand, didn't I say it? My opening hand had Boss, Turo. Yeah. Tord Reklev is just built different. Because you try to copy him and you're just like, how does
this work?
How do you even play games with, oh my gosh. Okay. This is going to go swimmingly.
Drawing my mulligan card?
I just need to get the terrible starts out now so that when it happens to me at the challenge, I will be less mad. So this is, I believe, Okami said that this was Dragon Shield Crimson.
Oh, okay.
Just a nice color. We have some not Dragon Shield cheap red sleeves that are much thinner than this.
Much thinner.
But I do like this color, and I really appreciate him sending the extra sleeves as well.
Yes, that was very kind. Very kind.
Okay, this is gonna be great. All right.
Okay, and draw for turn.
Yep.
Okay. Who shuffled this?
Oh, we need 2.
That would be me. I shuffled this. Okay. Wow. What happens if I open 3 Ultra Ball and 2 Damage Pump?
And you don't have any Gate Draw Ball, guys?
No, I don't want to get rid of those 2 cards.
Are those the Damage Pump?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you have a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR already?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's one of the 2.
So that's one of the things you will want to, keep. Because then you're basically assuming that you're going to dump your entire hand on the next turn.
Right.
So, in theory, you could... You could just, because you really don't want to put basics down until you have Gate Draw Bog.
Right.
So what you can do is if you wait and then you evolve, you can use the Ultra Ball to search out Gengar on the next turn so that you're definitely dumping the Gengar when you Phantom Star, and then you just see what the deck gives you. Again, like, you don't really want to put down a bunch of Gengar, but if that's what you have to do to be able to attack, because if you have nobody with damage,
He does
the
nothing.
V-Star's attack does 0.
Right.
It's 50 times 0, which
yeah.
is 0.
Yes. Right. Okay. Yeah, and I have my one psychic energy.
And you could attach
in hand.
that there because that increases the chances if you draw into like a jet or something. You can still attach jet to the active.
Right, it just doesn't have its.
It just doesn't do its effect.
Yeah. Thank you. That was the word.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I can go ahead and do that, and it's not really an issue.
Because again, like you're almost never attacking with Gengar.
Right.
It's just there. You have one copy of Psychic Energy in there just in case.
Right.
And actually, originally I had more copies because originally I played around with the idea of having Scream Tail in that deck. But there's just not a way. Like you can't power it up in one turn like Gardevoir can.
Right.
So you're not going to surprise anybody with it.
Right.
So it's a cool idea because again, that is a deck similar to Gardevoir that can control damage counters to some degree. But it is really unfortunate if you're just going to end up straight up losing those damage pumps. But, but we'll play around with it with the sequencing on the next turn to see if you can at least utilize one of them because you want to get at least one damage counter here too. Yeah. Because to do max damage, you need one damage counter at least on everybody, all 6.
Yeah. Okay. Pass.
Okay. Draw for turn. That is so... Oh my gosh. This deck... Okay. We are also full up on Ultra Balls. So... I guess we're going to Ultra Ball away Radiant Charizard and Boss, and Ultra Ball away Counter Catcher and Lost Vacuum, because I don't know what else to do. And we're going to... That might not even be the right move, but okay, we're gonna get a Charmander and a Rotom V. Because there's only a 1/1 line of in here.
Okay.
The tricky thing about Charizard is it can't do big damage until you start taking prizes.
Right.
But it has a ton of HP, so it can tank hits, and it has built-in energy acceleration if you manage to do that.
Right.
When you evolve it. When you evolve it, it has built-in energy acceleration. The only thing that messes that up is if you don't have enough energy left in your deck. So I'm not really in a hurry, per se. It's just awful that I didn't start with any Buddy Puffin. I didn't start with a draw supporter. You really want, like, Arven on that first turn, so you could Arven for, like, a Buddy Puffin and usually Forest Sealstone on turn 1. So you can go ahead and put it on Rotom V and then use that either the first turn or the second turn to get whatever you need.
Right.
So I'm going to Instant Charge, which draws 3 cards and ends my turn. Okay.
Alright, okay. That's not the end of the world. I drew Iono.
Okay.
So do I want to go ahead and evolve?
Yep.
And then Iono?
No.
No, I don't want Iono.
I wouldn't Iono rather than Phantom Star, probably. So, what do you have?
I don't understand.
Because if you get totally set up off the Phantom Star, you still have the chance to boss, because you haven't used a supporter. If you use your supporter first, then you're stuck with have to Phantom Star the next hand. Hang on, we can still use the damage pumps, potentially.
Because, this is what I'm throwing away.
Well, that's fine. So you're going to Ultra Ball away these two for a Gengar.
Okay. So Ultra Ball that.
Yep. That's why there's one copy. I mean, you really are probably never setting up more than 2 Dodrio. So just make sure, double check now how many Gengar are in the deck. There should be, there's 3 max.
All three of them are in here.
All three of them are in there. Okay, so you're going back in.
Okay.
Yep. So now you're going to Ultra Ball away the Gengar and an Ultra Ball for another Gengar. Wait, what does that leave you with? Just 2 damage pumps? Is that ideal? But if you keep an Ultra Ball, you won't have enough cards to play it with and play the damage pump. So I guess it doesn't matter. Either way, you're losing something. Okay, but now you can go ahead and put that Gengar back onto the bench with its ability.
Netherworld Gate.
Netherworld Gate.
Okay. And he gets 3 damage counters.
So ideally, you would have found another basic or something, but you didn't.
Right.
But at the very least, we're not wasting both damage pumps because you can go ahead and play one to move 1 damage counter here.
Okay.
And then you're going to Phantom Star away the other one to draw a whole new hand of 7 cards. And ideally, that hand will have a Gave Jaw Log and some basics in it. But if nothing else, and an energy. You really need an energy card.
Yeah, an energy.
But if nothing else, you will have a second Gengar that you can put onto the bench. You don't have to. The only reason we put that one down is so that we can use the damage pump.
Okay. I used the damage pump. You did that.
Yes, that's right.
Sorry, I was trying to shuffle.
No, you're fine. Because I was sitting there like, wait, you can play the Ultra Ball?
No.
But no, it's because we haven't actually played the damage pump yet. Okay, great. So now you just have to Phantom Star away.
So then now I Phantom Star these
to
and draw 7.
Hand of 7.
I did not get Gave Jaw Log.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
There's no good way to search out stadiums right now, and that's why there's 4 in the deck.
Right. I know a couple of more.
Okay. So what did you get?
Okay. So I got Doduo and Hisuian Zoroark V.
I'm not sure if you actually want to put it down here. Okay. Did you get an energy?
No. I got a Super Rod, which does not help, and a Pow Pad. I could. Oh no. My deck.
Oh, that sucks really badly. Told you this deck is very hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because, you're stuck in whatever you topped it. Okay, so you're definitely going to put down the Doduo, because potentially you could get a Dodrio or some way to draw into a Dodrio, like an Ultra Ball.
Yeah.
There's no reason to put the Gengar on your bench yet, the other one from the discard pile.
Right.
Do you have 2? Are those 2 V-Stars? 2 V-Stars.
Yeah, sorry,
I guess I would probably go ahead and put down the other Hisuian Zoroark V just in case somehow I knock this out or something. We're starting off with great starts.
This is fantastic, guys.
Super Rod is useless right now.
Yeah.
You can't even retreat. Pow Pad is basically useless.
Yep.
I wouldn't use it until you're ready to. The one minor consideration is you put Iono back in, then you have obviously an increased chance to draw into Iono. I guess also the Super Rod technically get you back to Dodrio, but that's probably not worth it right now. Especially because Dodrio is just a draw 1.
Right.
This is not the starting one, but that's okay because I don't have the starting I want either.
Okay, so I should pass.
You probably just have to pass.
Okay.
And hope that you draw something better.
better.
Okay, draw for turn. Alright, well I'm going to evolve into Charmeleon. I'm going to play Pidgey. I'm going to Arven. Now I'm doing on turn 2 what I really wanted to be doing on turn 1. for Buddy Buddy Poffin for Sealstone. Play Buddy Buddy Poffin to get there was no way that I was getting to 2. There was no way that I was going to evolve to Charizard this turn. Almost no way. The question is, do I actually put down 2 Charmander? Probably actually don't, because you don't want to fill your bench completely. Yours is not a deck that can attack the bench. If it was, that would be a time when I would be putting down like Charmander or Manaphy. I do want 2 Charmander, for sure. But I don't think I want to fill my bench, because that takes away the option of playing down Lumineon B. I am going to go ahead. Do I attach this? I'm going to attach it. That puts it at risk of force of like Lost Vacuum or something. Your deck actually doesn't play Lost Vacuum, but I technically don't know that.
Aren't supposed to know that.
So it's the balance of, do I put it down and then potentially lose it to a Lost Vacuum, or do I keep it in my hand and potentially lose it to like an Iono or a Judge or something?
Right.
So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and attach it. I think that that's the right call, and then actually I have to. Yes.
Okay.
I guess I could. Is that a good play? No, it's not a good idea to go ahead and evolve to Bibarel right now, because Bibarel has a retreat cost of 2, and so it's much harder to get it out of the active.
Right.
I could, in theory, force Sealstone for Bibarel and then use Industrious Incisors to draw more cards.
Right.
But I think it's just better to plan to attach a Fire Energy to Bidoof off of Infernal Rain on the next turn and then retreat out of it. So, anyway, go ahead. Did you draw anything good?
I drew Professor's Research.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something at least.
Right. Alright, but I want to go ahead and play this
go ahead and evolve.
Do I want to do anything?
So now I would go ahead and use those rather than lose them.
Right, okay. So, pound pad up to 2
It sucks because you're not getting much value out of it. But
okay, so that
you have to research because you can't do anything else.
Pokemon.
It's just the Dodrio, I believe. It's the only thing you would want to put back. You do not want to put Gengar back in the deck.
So
you would only do that ever to like prevent yourself from decking out or something.
Right. Okay, so these go back in.
Okay. We're good. Periodically have to make sure that the camera is still working.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I didn't instant charge on that last turn. I should have.
Oh.
Instant charge. Because I couldn't attack. I'm not attacking. I should definitely be instant charging. Okay.
Okay,
sorry.
So those are back in.
That's also a reason. Well, I still could do. But again, as we discussed, that's not actually make sense. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So I put those back in, just shuffled.
Okay.
So I'm playing Professor's Research.
Yep. You're
discard
those, which the Gengar is fine.
We want the Gengar,
and you've got 4 copies of Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, so it's fine.
Drawing 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Less than.
Ugh. Do you have a Dodrio?
I do.
Okay.
I also have this.
Okay.
Do I put it down now?
Do you have any basics?
I don't have any basics.
Then there's not really much point in putting it down now.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Because my bench is already full. It is kind of fun, but not usually that 20 damage. Zoroark is about to go in. Thank you for joining us, even briefly. I know you said that you're busy this evening, but Yes, we're excited. Okay, so if you don't have any basics, putting it down is really just setting it up to get again bumped
Taken
or
out,
something
yeah.
without providing value. The
Right.
extra 20 damage that it does to your opponent's Pokemon usually doesn't make that much of a difference,
Right.
but obviously every bit of damage helps.
Right. Okay. So then I drew double turbo energy.
Okay,
That's
you're
what-
gonna
that's-
have to attach it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
saying.
you
was
can
less
zooming
than a
draw
12.
first.
Okay, right. Yes, you're right. So sorry. Once during your turn, you may put one damage counter on this Pokemon if you do draw a card.
Yep.
Okay. Whoops, hold on. That is gracious. I'm not sorry. Okay, drawing a card. Jet energy.
Boom.
Hey.
There you go.
Okay, great. So I will attach that here.
Yep. And that is, if you happen to pull this off, which isn't common, like most of the time when you're attacking with Zoroark VSTAR, you're doing it with a double turbo.
Yeah.
But that does actually allow him to hit up to 300
Right,
damage.
right. We talked about that some last night.
Right.
So, great. Okay. So I'm doing 150.
Yep, which is definitely all you need. You don't happen to have a damage pump, right?
Nope.
Okay. Because, and yeah, there's no reason to put the extra Gengar on your bench until you need that extra damage.
Right.
Because all they do is fill up spots.
Right, they fill up space so I can't get anyone else set up.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you've got the Gave Jaw Bog in hand.
Yes.
So.
Okay, cool. So, ticking curse for 150.
Okay. Take a prize.
Yes.
Who do I evolve? Or advance? Well, I'll go ahead and advance Pidgey for now. We'll see why in a moment. Draw for turn. Okay. We can work with that. Ooh, this is actually useful in this matchup. I didn't actually think about that. 9, 10, 11. Still not enough, of course, but that's fine. Alright, so we... that's interesting as well. Think about that. Okay, so I'm going to attach Choice Belt here.
Okay.
I'm going to use Forest Sealstone.
Very aggressive.
Sorry. For a card that I technically don't have to show you.
Right. Because it's any card.
It's any card. I have to pull a card.
Yes,
you're not allowed to fail.
Something.
You're not allowed to fail a search for any card.
Right.
You can't perform a search for any card if there are no cards in your deck.
That makes sense.
You're not allowed to fail a search for any card, but you do not have to reveal a search for any card.
Because you don't have to prove what card it was.
Correct. Anytime you're searching for a specific type of card, though.
Right.
Okay, so Rare Candy Pidgeot EX. Now, I'm gonna Ultra Ball away Basic Fire Energy and Team Yell's Cheer.
Okay.
For Charizard EX, I'm gonna Quick Search for any card. Quick Search for any card. Wait. Is that how I want to do that? I gotta think about this. What am I trying to do? Yeah, I'm not going to Quick Search yet.
Okay.
Wait. Sorry. Okay. Ultra Ball for that.
Yep.
I did not evolve him this turn.
Correct.
I evolved him last turn.
Yes, you
That's
did.
what I'm trying to remember. Okay.
Yes, you did.
Super Rod for Energy, Bidoof, Radiant Charizard.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm going to manually evolve and use Infernal Rain to put 2 Fire Energy here and 1 here. Then I'm going to Quick Search for any card, and that any card is going to be Buddy Buddy Poffin which I'm going to use then to get another Charmander and my Bidoof back. There he is. Haha. Then I'm going to retreat for free into Charmander and Heat Tackle for 30 damage.
Okay.
Because there was no way I was going to take a knockout that turn, so it makes more sense to weaken you a little bit and try to only offer you a single prizer.
Right.
In exchange.
Right. Sorry, I'm like choking. Okay.
I'm sorry, I love you.
Not sure what I'm choking on, but I'm choking.
Are you choking or not choking? I need to know.
Okay. That was not what I wanted. Cool.
Okay. Do not take any of my advice, really for any deck, over and above the advice of the people who actually do well with the decks. But yes. Okay, what did you get, honey?
I pulled another Iono, so I have 2 in my hand.
Right, because you researched last turn.
Yeah.
I mean, so you need to advance your board state.
Right.
You're going to attach the double turbo there.
Right.
You're going to play Gatejaw Bog. And then you're probably going to Iono. And that gives me a new hand.
Right.
Which is annoying. But you know that Charizard EX is coming up next turn.
Yeah. Almost.
I mean, I guess unless you had a boss or something.
Right.
I mean, the perfect hand would be boss, max belt, damage pump.
Yeah, I'm missing the damage pump.
But you have the max belt?
Yes.
But you can't Iono and boss in the same turn.
Yep. Now, I haven't used this yet.
Okay, so use that.
So I need to use that. It's energy.
But you have a damage pump?
No.
Oh. I said boss, max belt, and damage.
I have boss. I have maximum belt. I don't have damage pump.
I thought you said you were missing the boss.
No. Missing the pump. Boss.
Okay, but you can boss Pidgeot EX, Gengar, max belt, and take out the Pidgeot EX. That's not ideal.
Yeah.
That's not really what you want to be doing.
Right, but it gives me some options. It's like where to go.
It's probably better than just taking the... Or, actually... Probably take back one of those Gengar and just boss the Rotom and knock it out for 2 prizes. That way you're saving...
Okay.
You want to save the belt for when you can hit a Charizard for 330 all at once.
Right.
Like, you really don't want to use the belt on Pidgeot EX, because you can hit 280 without the belt.
Right.
If you get enough damage.
Yeah.
Up there.
Right. Okay. So then I want to play boss and switch in your Rotom.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
maybe.
It's hard to say, because again, when you take prizes, you are making Charizard EX stronger, but on the other hand, then you'll be up 3-0.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to take 2 in return, but I was going to take 2 on the next turn anyway.
Regardless.
So you might as well take 2.
I might as well take something with me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, what is it called? Ticking Curse?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't want to Iono or anything first.
Well, you
right?
can't Iono because you lost.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, I did. But yeah, I don't want to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ticking Curse.
You don't have another energy in your hand.
Yes, I do.
Well, now you do, but did you before?
I did. But I had already attached this at the beginning of my turn before I had access to that one.
Oh, that's what you drew up Zooming Draw. The only reason I'm thinking is potentially you could have retreated and attacked with this one, and then you still would have had this one with damage on it to add to your calculations for the next turn. Because now you're going to have a Zoroark with no damage on it.
With no damage and...
Which again,
only 3
none of that's
damage.
ideal, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
Okay. Alright. So I'm going to advance. I mean, technically I should advance Pidgeot EX every time because
he has free retreat.
Okay, draw for turn. That's not what I want. Quick search.
Great. For me, anyway.
Because I already have everything I need to attack. And I'm certainly not expecting that you have even the potential to one-shot a Charizard.
Right.
And your board state is not optimal to pull that off.
Right. Doesn't look great from there.
So...
Doesn't look amazing from here either, but that's beside the point.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to Industrious Incisors for 4. Okay. Attach a Defiance Band. And I'm going to Iono you down to 3.
Okay.
No. You shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, don't mess that up.
Yeah.
It's like how Marnie was.
That was my last card. Yes.
Oh, I only get 6. Don't mess that up. Ooh, this is neat. Yeah, I'm going to play Collapse Stadium to bump your Gave-Jaw Bog, and now you don't have that spot on your bench.
Oh, well, you're just not.
Good. Tricky thing in this deck is being very careful and judicious with your energy attachments, because there's only 6 energy in the deck.
Wait, your deck or mine?
Mine.
Okay, I was like, I feel like mine.
Your deck has
more.
4 Double Turbo, 3 Jet, and 1 Psychic. And 1 gift.
Yeah, I was like, it's more than that. Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to Burning Darkness. You've taken 3 prizes,
Yes.
so that's plus 90, so that's 270 right there. So the Choice Belt actually doesn't do anything, so he's not going to take 2 prizes.
Alright, so then I should advance this guy?
Almost certainly. Do you have, because you can attack with him at least. You have a damage pump? Yeah,
I don't have a damage pump.
Okay. And you just lost your max bow. Okay. Alright.
Alright.
Well, hang on. Do you have gift in your hand? Then I would probably advance the Dodrio and just attack with the gift attached to try to soften up my Charizard and hope that I can, boss around it.
Alright. There's that. Draw for turn.
Especially if you can. So
Okay. So I cannot Iono.
Well, you have Zooming Draw. You can still use.
Right, that's true.
Which you definitely want to do this turn.
Right.
Because
Oops.
you want more damage on
Right.
Dodrio.
Radiant Jirachi.
Okay. It's probably not helpful to put down right now unless you at least have Gate Drop on.
Right, which I do not.
Do not. Okay.
No. Now I do have a damage pump.
You do have a damage
I do have a damage pump.
Okay.
So I should move 2 of these to here?
No, you should move 1 to here and 1 to here.
Oh. Okay. I think I understand. Moving 1 to here so that next turn after he's knocked out, I still have 3 Pokemon.
So you have the potential to get to 6 Pokemon with damage counters on. Yes.
Okay.
Because in new basics, you can always put damage on with Gape Jaw Bog.
Right.
There's no way to put damage on a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR except through a damage pump.
Okay.
Or it getting attacked.
Yeah. Okay. So 1, 1.
Yep.
Okay. Alright. So then now I want to do Ballistic Beak.
Do you have a supporter? No. Okay, so that was a good item.
Yes. Oops.
Okay, Ballistic Beak.
So let's see, it does 120, 130.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay. Draw for turn. Roll. Charizard. Quick search. A rare candy. Balls. Mercy. Infernal Rain 1 to there. Sorry, honey. Prime Catcher, the Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, switch, and then I knock it out. So let's just restart.
Sad day.
No, that's okay. We both had terrible starts.
Yeah, we did.
And of course, this is all just about learning.
Yes.
Learning and practicing.
Okay.
Prime Catcher is such a great card, and the coolest thing about it is it goes well in any deck. The question is just, could your deck
prize was Hisuian
swing
Heavy Ball.
How many of your were any of your Gape
No.
Bog in there? No. Yeah, it's just.
That's yours. I'll grab that.
Thank you.
Thank goodness they only have different colored sleeves.
Thank goodness we have different colored sleeves. Since we only used like 4 different colors.
Yes.
I guess 5 if you count the black.
Black, yeah. So
Well,
we have black,
red, and then the 4. Blue, teal, or sapphire, emerald,
and purple. Yeah. I was like, what's the other one?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
We try to stick with just a few colors. That way it's easy to. One, we don't have to buy. Replace broken sleeves. And we're not having to buy like 8 different kinds of boxes. If we just buy the same 4 colors, then it's easier to move between decks and mix and match decks and stuff like that. So. Alright, yeah, let's try
there
again.
are lots of fun colors.
Do you feel like you have a better understanding of what
Yes, I do.
So yeah, the big thing is, so Dodrio can put damage on itself.
Right.
Any basic can get damage from
if I have Gape Jaw.
But if you have an undamaged Zoroark VSTAR, the only way to get damage to it is with the damage pump. And again, you want to get a board state where you have at least 1 damage counter on every single Pokemon.
Right.
And of course, you would never want to put more than 1 damage counter onto a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR,
Right.
especially because they don't have that much HP to begin with,
No.
which is the reason why actually a Hero's Cape probably wouldn't be terrible in that deck either. Like, Prime Catcher's always good in every deck. Hero's Cape, I mean, I guess you could argue is good in pretty much every deck. Because it adds 100 HP.
Okay.
It would definitely be good in that deck
Right.
because it puts Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR out of reach of an easy. Because now it goes from having 206. It de facto has 260 HP because you're always putting 10 damage on it.
Right.
So now it goes from 260 to 360, and that's much different. Now you have a chance.
It's a much bigger gap.
Yeah. Now you have a chance to tank a hit and then come back and swing big again.
Right.
You know, a Charon's Care wouldn't be terrible in that deck. That's put one of your colorless Pokemon and all cards attached to it. Put one of your colorless Pokemon that has any damage counters on it and all cards attached to it back into your hand.
Okay.
That plus Hero's Cape would probably be good. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose camera?
We did.
Hopefully it's gonna be back in just a moment.
Yeah, hopefully. It's done that before.
Just setting up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, here we are.
Yay. So Hero's Cape, especially plus Charon's Care, could be good, but I mean, Charon's Care is not a consistency card, so there's a very good chance that you just draw it in your opening hand and then it's useless.
Then you can't use it. Yeah.
Or you have to discard it and Palpad. You know, like it gets rough. It gets rough with things like that, and that's why. Man, the 2 Turos in here, I'm like, Tord, how did you do this? Because the 2 Turo and the Team Yoshir, like, they just don't help you if you get them early in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
I mean, it doesn't matter, because if I win, I'm going to choose second. If you win, you're going to choose first. Right? That's what we did last time.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
If I'm always going to choose second and you're always going to choose first, then you're always going to be going first, and I'm always going to be going second. So, okay. So 7 cards. Heads you win, tails I lose. Wait.
What? That was very trippy. I was struggling.
Heads I win, tails you lose. Okay. 6 and 7. Okay, well, this is interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Alright, ready?
Sure.
Birds.
Yes.
Our shiny bird friends.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Big scary monsters and their shiny bird friends. That's what this video should have been called. It's like Charizard EX, Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR. It's like, you know, shifty, tricky fox, and then it's like, and our shiny bird friends. Shiny Pidgeot EX. And
oh my goodness.
Shiny. Hey, Kyle's here. Thanks for joining. We're setting up for a second game. Both of us had terrible starts that last game. Katie's start was worse than mine because Charizard's just super powerful, and so we're starting over.
Yes. Okay.
But I thought we got some good practice. I mean,
yeah.
Again, I called this an amateur class for a reason. We're just going over the very basics of the deck. Okay.
Alright, so then I have nothing else that I can put down, so I would want to use Capturing Aroma.
Mm-hmm.
Would I want to use both of them?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to flip.
Because you really want to get at least one Hisuian Zoroark V down, so you have the option to... And in fact, if you get heads, tails, I would probably... I don't know what else is in your hand, but if you don't have either, I would get Hisuian Zoroark V and Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, so that you have the chance to Phantom Star the next turn.
Right.
If you already have an Ultra Ball or a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, then you want to start searching out Gengar, so you can just discard them.
Okay. Alright, so here's one.
That's tails, so that's a basic. And just go ahead and...
It's a basic, okay. Ooh,
it's heads, so that's a...
Okay.
So you get one basic, one evolution.
Alright, let me just double check here. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Which again is unfortunate that you don't have Gate Jaw Bog in play already, but we can deal with that on the back end.
So I do already have the VSTAR
in your hand.
Yeah.
Then I would just get a Gengar, because you're going to discard it on the next turn. Your goal isn't to fill your bench with Gengar, but here I can shuffle. Unless you're going right back in.
I don't think I can do anything else. Okay, we want him down. He goes in my hand.
Right. Your goal isn't to fill the bench with Gengar, but it's good to have the option.
If I need to.
If you need to.
Yeah.
And it thins your deck, because they're useless otherwise.
Right.
They're only useful from the discard pile.
Right.
So.
Okay, my other option, I have Hisuian Heavy Ball. Should I go ahead and play that?
Yes.
Okay. You look at all of them, right?
You look at all of them.
Okay.
You actually don't have to pull a basic out of there. There are times when you would rather just discard the Hisuian Heavy Ball and the basic isn't helpful. Well, you never say that. You always say, I choose to fail. Don't give your opponent the information that there's no basic in your prizes. Always say, I choose to fail rather than fail. I mean, that doesn't really matter.
I'll try to remember.
That's what I teach people. Like,
I'm not a very high-level player. In case you all didn't know that.
Whenever you fail, always say, I choose to fail. Because you can choose to fail.
Right, again, I'm allowed to choose to fail because...
Any search that isn't for any card.
Right. Okay.
But if you... Like if I Infernal Rained and I said, oh, I fail, now I just told my opponent that there's no energy in my deck.
Right.
But if I say I choose to fail, because you can use it just to search your deck, so maybe I was just searching my deck and I wasn't actually planning to attach any energy. But they don't know that.
Right. Okay.
Until I tell them.
Alright.
I'm being a word nerd. I'm always a word nerd.
Always. I love you. Okay, so then I can't do anything else, so I pass.
Okay, draw for turn. That's interesting. Alright, so I think what I am supposed to do is attach a fire energy, bench a Charmander, play Buddy Buddy Poffin, for Charmander and Cleffa. I was kind of hoping you would give me a target for that, but I do not have one, so I'm going to have to retreat to Cleffa, finish shuffling real quick. I suppose in theory I could have used Call for Family. Is that advantageous? Is that what would Tord do? WWTD. But what would I have searched for? I would have had to search for another Pidgey in case he got knocked out. If he didn't get knocked out, that would be silly. I would not want to search for like a Rotom B and put it on my bench when I can't also use its ability, because now it's just a liability. So anyway, I'm going to Grasping Draw. It's an attack. Costs 0 energy. Draw until you have 7. So for 3, 1, 2. Great. Yeah, okay. Everything's good.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So So I...
Sorry.
That's okay. I drew another capturing aroma. Oh, gee.
That's a good one, Kyle. That's very good.
Maybe I should adopt that style of play. They'd never ask me back to locals.
I saw one. There was a similar discussion to that on Twitter the other day. It was like, I like to use a champion playmat, but also ETB's leaves to trick my opponent into not knowing what skill level I actually am.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Times.
Do I want to go ahead and use capturing aroma again?
What do you have?
I have the same thing I had last time.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, what you want to pull this time is a Gengar, because then you're going to Phantom Star away your hand.
Right.
Another Gengar, right? Because you already have the V-Star, right?
Yes.
Because you pulled it last time.
Yes.
Or you already had it.
I already had it in my hand.
Right.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see what happens here. It is
Tails,
Tails,
so that's a basic.
So do I would want to get another one of these rolling.
Actually, would probably get a Doduo, because the odds of finding it, again, like Dodrio can put damage on itself.
Right.
But if you put down a Hisuian Zoroark V, the only way you're getting damage on it is with damage.
Right. Okay.
But you are right that you do want, like, you would like to end this turn with another Hisuian Zoroark V on it.
Right, okay.
So.
Alright, but, okay. I need to do that. Okay.
It's kind of 6 in 1. The Hisuian Zoroark V probably provides more value long term, but the Doduo makes more sense for setting up your to attack.
Right, because otherwise I can't.
And you definitely don't care about taking out this stuff.
Right.
You don't have strong hands, but.
Yeah.
And I'm just an aggressive, brain dead Charizard. So I'm just gonna be like, raw, swing big with my Charizard stick. And so that does go into your hand. So remember that if you do have a Game Jaw Bog, the capturing aroma goes into your hand, and then you play it to the bench. So it does trigger, which is why there's 4 of those and only 2 Nest Ball.
Right.
Because you really don't want to Nest Ball.
Right, because that's
also why there's no Buddy Buddy Poffin. Also because I didn't have any Buddy Buddy Poffin left.
But also it doesn't make sense for this style of play. This deck style.
Yeah, sometimes that deck just gives you like Gapejaw Bog, a handful of basics, and the Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR just right there.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good.
Oh, would I evolve there or here?
You can't evolve there.
Oh, stupid. Yes, thank you.
But this is good because you can actually attack, and you can take a prize. You can go ahead and take a prize, and you're only putting a 1 prizer in danger.
Right. Okay. But
because there's definitely no reason to jump up a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR there. And ideally, in a perfect world, you would put Gift on there, too.
Okay, but I want to Phantom Star first.
You have 2 Gengars, and you have 3 Gengars in your hand? Oh, man, yeah, that's the perfect hand to Phantom Star.
Okay.
Boom, baby.
I was making sure I wanted to do that before I did this.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely do that before using
And then I draw 7. Okay.
Yep. I would say. I mean, that's everything you want to discard, so nothing else that you draw is going to be something that you want to discard.
So. Okay. Okay, I have another Hisuian Zoroark V.
Okay, do you have a Gape Jump?
I don't.
Where are these Gape Jump?
I do not. I don't do that. I have an Iono.
Okay. Do you have any damage?
No.
Do you have energy?
Yes.
Do you have gift energy?
No.
Do you have do you have the psychic energy?
I don't. I have jet energy.
Okay. It's not the end of the world, but.
Zooming Draw. Zooming Draw.
Well, I was debating if you want to Zooming Draw before or after you Iono, but yes, go ahead and Zooming Draw.
Well, because that's also going to make a difference in whether or not I want to put down this other Zoroark V, isn't it?
Maybe, if you happen to draw a Gate Draw Bog.
Right. Hopefully, going to draw it at some point. Oh, can I see that? Is that
You're right. I think that's in a good spot.
Okay.
Let's double check. I mean, we just said it was Gate Draw Bog. Maybe scoot it a little closer to you. Yeah.
There, I'll switch those.
There. Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Now put your other basics down.
Now I should put this down. And is it 2?
2.
It is 2. Put 2 there. Now, I do also have a Manaphy and a Jirachi that I could put down.
Neither of those are helpful in this one. Do you have an Ultra Ball?
No, I don't. Okay. I was just thinking, like, setting up this.
Well, but you've got Gengar, so you don't need to put.
Okay,
you don't need to put down useless Pokemon just to get damage counters into play.
Okay.
Because you've got Gengar to do that job.
Okay. Okay, so then now I need to attach an energy. Or do I chance it and wait after I Iono?
It's definitely risky to chance it. I would probably go ahead and attach the jet. So that you're not, because if the only energy you draw into is double turbo, you actually then can't take the knockout.
Right.
Because you would only be doing 20 damage.
Right.
Which is very embarrassing if you can't knock out a Clefairy.
Quite embarrassing. Quite. Okay. So I'm going to Iono.
Okay.
So then we each draw 6.
And that is a big time Iono because I have a ball in hand.
Oh, yay! Hopefully you don't draw.
Yes, and we will each draw 6. So you could run into Judge, the card Judge, and Judge you do shuffle into your deck. But Iono you shuffle and put on the bottom.
And then draw for your own remaining prizes.
Yes, equal to the number of your remaining prizes.
Okay.
Okay, well.
I did draw an Ultra Ball. But I don't know if
That is not a ball in hand.
I did not draw any damage.
Okay. Then I'd probably just take the knockout. Do you have another Dodo?
No.
Do you have a capture one?
No. I have an Ultra Ball and a Nest Ball. Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you have the Psychic Energy?
Nope.
What do you have? Okay, well you don't need all of these.
Yeah.
Like you don't need 2 of them because you can only play 1 of those
Right.
at a time.
Right.
So you could.
These 2 are expendable.
Yeah, you could Ultra Ball away a Research and a Nest Ball for another Doduo, and then you'd be playing it from your hand and getting extra damage counters on it.
Right.
Because really, then all you need is 1 Gengar plus a damage pump, and now you've got damage on everybody.
Right. So that's fine.
Yep.
That's going here. There's that. Okay. Now I'm
2.
Thank you. Now I'm doing a stick peak for 40.
Yep.
Okay. Great.
Okay, that's not completely awful. Unfortunately, I still have to. Gosh, that was a big time Iono. Lumineon V.
sorry. I mean, kind of sorry.
Can I even get everything that I want to get? Because I need so many pieces. I need... Okay, no, I'm still going to have to Luminion V, but I'm clearly not going to grab Arven because of that. Wait, am I looking at my deck correct? What is this?
Your
is this
deck?
the rest of my deck?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank God. Okay, never mind. We are going to Arven. Alright,
Oh,
so
boy.
Luminion V for Arven. Arven for Candy Sealstone. Man. Ultra Ball. These are in my hand. Ultra Ball for Pidgeot EX. Candy into Pidgeot EX. This is all in the discard now. Attach. Okay, yes. Now I have Quick Search and the Forest Sealstone. Good, thank God. You can see why this deck is powerful. Obviously, you still have to play it well.
Right.
Especially Charizard versus Charizard, I've heard is very...
yeah, that would be really tricky.
No, it's too easy for you to hit 280. There's no way I'm attacking Pidgeot. So... that would be... 8. You've taken a prize, right?
Yes. No, I mean, I definitely haven't. Let's put that there. Actually, I wouldn't want to put that one there. I would want to put this one there.
What is this? Is this Star Wars Unlimited now? We just get to optionally Lost Zone cards out of our hand? Okay, well, we're going to retreat for free into Charizard EX. We're going to counter catcher up this Hisuian Zoroark V.
Oh. Okay.
And Burning Darkness for knockout.
Okay. Alright.
Because it's 188, 9, 10, 11. So it's doing 210 since you took one prize, and obviously he had damage on him. So it would have knocked him out anyway. Right. Whew, man.
Did Luminion V come out of your hand?
Yes, it should have 2 damage counters on it. You are correct.
Okay. I legitimately was not sure if it was placed or if you put it.
I would advance the Dodrio. That's what you're debating right now.
Yes.
Because you can retreat it if you need to.
Right. Okay.
And if not, you can...
It's a single prize. It's fine.
Yeah, you can ping Charizard, and then in the hopes of then being able to take it out the next turn with Hisuian Zoroark.
Right.
VSTAR.
Yeah. Okay. Draw for turn. Okay. That's not what I want to see. Alright. Zooming Draw. That also wasn't what I wanted to see. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay.
Now you're actually in a really tough spot because there's no point in putting down another Hisuian Zoroark V. Because if you do, I'm just gonna quick search boss KO it. Like until you can take out this Charizard EX.
Well, this stinks. I could, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't have very many good options, I don't feel like.
So you have to research or Iono.
Yeah.
Because you need an energy. Well, you could just hit Charizard EX for 70. I wouldn't waste boss on like taking out the Charmander or something. That seems silly.
Yeah.
Ionoing me, I'll tell you, is not a good idea. I don't think.
Right, because it could increase the odds of you having.
Well, no, I'm telling you I have a bad hand.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You could increase the odds that you have a better hand next time.
Right, but under normal circumstances, I would just do it because.
Right.
If they have 4 cards, hopefully you're giving them 4 worse cards.
Okay.
You know.
So I should. You're saying I should research.
I think you should research. In which case, you're obviously going to look like Super Rod first.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to want to put none of those. Okay.
Just the Hisuian Zoroark. Yeah. It do be like that sometimes, though. What did you draw? Zooming Draw?
Drawchi.
In that case, like if you had known that you were going to research ahead of time, I would have waited and Zooming Drawed at the end. Yeah. Or Zooming Drawn?
Zooming Drawn?
I would have used the ability after using the Draw Supporter. Although, I guess on the other hand, if you happen to top deck exactly what you need, like a... Well, you don't need a double turbo energy. But if you had gotten a double turbo energy, it would have really opened up your options to then swing big into something.
Yeah.
Like
the
mini.
Research, draw 7.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I drew double turbo, and I drew a damage pump.
Okay, good.
So I would want to attach here.
Yep. So, okay. Do you happen to have max bow?
No.
Curses. Okay. Do you have Dodrio? Okay. Do you have a way to get to Dodrio?
I have Ultra Ball.
Do you have things that you would be willing to Ultra Ball?
Yes, I have another copy of 8-Jaw, and I'll had not.
Lost a boss, though. I wouldn't get rid of that. See what you mean.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I can't get rid of that. And I have Palpad, so I could.
Alright, I would just chill and ping that Charizard.
Okay.
I think that's the best move.
Alright, for 70.
Okay, draw for turn. What does Meathead Charizard EX player do? He's gonna quick search. Boss the Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR. But then I'm only hitting it for 210. Am I doing anything else? That is kind of stupid. It's stupid if I know what I'm doing. It's hard either way, though. I guess I could have quick search for something else. Not sure what's ideal. Anyway, I'll just do that. Swing for 210.
Okay. Well, I drew a gift energy.
Okay. It's not terrible.
Should I zooming draw now?
Or what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't have any other Pokemon that I can put down unless I pull from in here, which is obviously an option.
Yeah, I mean, if you put down, you actually only need to get to how much damage do I? How much HP do I? 270, 250. You need to get to 250. You have to do multiples of 50, but minus 20. So you actually do need everybody out to get to 280.
And I can do that.
You can do that this turn. So I would do that this turn. Yeah.
Okay. Another roll gate.
Yep.
Whoops.
Did you have the option to get to a Hisuian Zoroark V this turn?
Only if I Ultra Ball something away.
Alright, what do you have in your hand?
Same thing plus gift energy. Not ideal things.
So I would Ultra Ball away the boss and the Gapejaw Bog.
Okay.
You're not going to boss this turn. And then you Pal-Pad back both of your boss.
Okay.
And take this guy back. Because you want to get a...
Okay, pause.
Yep.
Pause. I'm
Ultra
Balling those for
Hisuian Zoroark. Because you need a backup.
Right.
Main attacker.
Right. Yeah.
And then because he comes from your hand, you're going back in. Well, give me the two boss out of there, and I'll shuffle them back in, and then play Pal-Pad. But he comes from your hand, so he gets 2 damage. Yeah.
Okay. I'm playing Pal-Pad now to get both of my boss back.
Yep.
Okay. Be shuffled in currently.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So then now I'm using damage pump to move 2 from 1. So here.
No, you don't have to.
No, I don't need to do that?
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, the other option would have been 1 from here to there, because you just need 1 on each of them.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that that extra 1 makes much of a difference at this point.
Right.
But
I mean, I could do this too, like.
And actually, what you would probably rather do is go 1 here, 1 here, because he is able to attack.
Right. He's an attacker, and he's
and
able
you want
to
more
do
damage
that.
counters on the Dodrio.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Right,
So that's
so
your.
Use
that's
damage
that.
pump. Great.
I would probably gift
here
because you already have 1 Dodrio with energy that can attack. You don't really need 2. And then if I happen to be able to like boss KO that Hisuian Zoroark V, which I don't really need to, but if I do, then it benefits you.
Right.
It also lets him potentially be able to hit for 300, but then you don't have to worry about that minus 20 next time. Okay, so now you have damage on everybody.
Right, now I have damage on everybody, and I still have an Iona.
And that's what you're going to do.
And I should do that. Okay.
Yes. And you have no hand. Is that correct? Okay. Yes, Because ideally, you're going to get more Dodrio and things and get into a better position.
Oh, you mean like this?
Mm-hmm.
And that?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay. Awesome.
Okay, great.
Alright, cool beans. So then I am knocking out your Charizard, right?
Yes.
I do.
Well, you're going to Zooming Draw.
Oh, yeah, I haven't done that yet. Right. Okay.
You haven't done it with any of them?
No, because I was going to, and then you're like, no, we need to do this other stuff first.
Okay, so
Just
Just
do
do all
all
three
three
at
and draw
once.
3 cards.
because you just want to keep building up damage
Yeah.
on the Dodrio just because it's helpful. Again, you got to be careful against Lost Zone decks. That's where the Jirachi does come in handy.
Okay. I did not draw anything for this. Precise. No.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want to, what's it called? Ticking Curse.
Mm-hmm.
Knock out. And that is 2. Right?
2.
Okay. Just
Just 2.
I just wanted to double check because I have not played with EXs hardly at all.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking. Gracious.
Alright. Draw for turn. Okay, that's interesting. Hmm.
So these lines here.
What do I need? What do I need? You're at 3.
3. Yeah.
Okay. This guy has 2, 10.
2 10s, 50 HP.
Okay. Okay. Quick search.
Oh no. Sorry.
It didn't need search. Well, we'll do it anyway. Search for a card.
Just one, but anything.
I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, then I'm gonna buddy and also play Super Rod. So I mean, it would matter which turn, which order.
It would, yes, it would matter.
But I'm pulling things out of my deck. So Bidoof, Charmander.
Okay.
Actually, probably should have done something different. Okay, so that's the buddy. Then I'm gonna Super Rod back. Charizard, energy. I don't know what I'm doing. Item. And a tool.
I have a tool. That's what I thought it was.
Item. Tool. Okay, fine. Then what?
And change to this one.
What does it set at?
I just set it 7. I need to get up earlier tomorrow.
Oh.
Because I have to be back here correctly by 8. So what time they had open? So I was like, yep, I'll be there.
Right. Okay, that thing I was thinking about, I can't actually do. Alright, so I am just gonna Lost Vacuum. And I'm going to use it to Lost Vacuum. Lost Zone my Rotom V and your Gate Bog.
Okay.
Then you didn't see.
Nope.
That's actually probably what I should have pulled. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything is totally fine. Okay. Then I'm going to retreat to Charmander and attach Defiance Band and Heat Tackle for 60 and knock out your Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR.
Great.
Good night, Kyle. Be safe.
Gee. Yes, be safe. Okay. Wow. I want to move him up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Draw for turn. Okay. Well. Stink. It's okay. Kind of. We're kind of. Alright. So I want. I want to put. No.
You don't. Well, it honestly doesn't matter at this point, really. You just need something with damage on it.
Yeah.
Because if I can boss KO your Hisuian Zoroark, I win on the next turn anyway.
Right.
I'm not sure that the HP difference really matters. You definitely want to knock out Charmander with Dodrio this turn, because if I only take one prize, I don't win. But if you take one prize, then you're set up for a 2-prize KO on the next turn. But if you bring up a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR and take out like Lumineon or something, and then I can return KO it, I win. So even though you took 2 prizes, and that's better, you actually set yourself up to lose.
Okay. But
there's no way for you to take 3 prizes in one turn. So it makes more sense to take 1 prize this turn in the hopes of taking 2 and winning next turn. If you take 2 this turn, if you can take 2 with Dodrio, that's great. But you don't want to bring up his
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I do have a boss.
Okay.
Like I can pull up Lumineon, who's obviously easier of the two, but quick search would be better.
There's no way for you to take out Pidgeot with Dodrio. Unless you have, like, all your damage pumps.
Right, which I don't. Right. So, anyway, okay. But I want to zooming draw.
Yeah, do all your zooming draws and then see. Unless you already have Iono and you were going to Iono.
I don't have Iono.
Okay.
This goes up to 50.
Yep.
Okay. 2, 3. Okay. That was not nearly as helpful as I would have liked in any way. Okay. Now, I do have a damage pump.
Okay.
So I could move up to 2.
Unless you can get to 90, you're not taking out Pidgeot.
Yeah, no, I know that. And I can't get, well, I think I can get to Pidgeot. And the only way that I could would be through a gamble with Professor's
But boss
Research.
KOing the Luminion is a really good move, because then it sets you up to easily boss KO any one prizer on the next turn.
Right.
Then you don't have to take a 2-prize KO on the next turn.
Right.
But what you can't do, what you should not do, is put up a 2-prizer.
And I get, yeah, I definitely get that. I totally get that.
Because Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR cannot tank a hit, especially from Charizard at this point.
Right. Right. I actually don't need any more damage on Dodrio.
Nope, not to take out Luminion.
Right, because he's already at 250 or 150. Like his HP is at 150.
Correct. And you're doing 160 right now.
Right. Okay. So I would not want to put any other Pokemon down. That's what I'm hearing.
Do you have a Hisuian Zoroark V?
I do.
Then I would put it down to get damage counters on it, because you need damage on everybody.
Right. Okay.
And again, this is equally as vulnerable as this, so it doesn't make a difference.
Okay, so use this.
No. You have Gape Drop. Oh,
no,
you don't
didn't.
have Gape Drop on the play. Okay, never mind. It came back up. Did you draw Iona?
No.
Do you have any support? You're gonna boss.
I have boss.
Okay.
And I have research.
And you don't have a Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR.
No.
You don't have an Ultra Ball.
No, I do. I have capturing aroma.
Okay, then I would play that.
Play that. Okay.
Because you want to evolve here. That makes it harder for him to get knocked out. Tails, that's a basic. Less ideal, but you should still search something out.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you have left. Manaphy or something?
I have Zoroark. I have... Okay. That is the only one that I have. The Zoroark V.
Okay. Well, pull it, because that thins your deck. Okay. Okay. Again, if I can boss KO this, you lose anyway, so it doesn't matter. You don't really need redundancy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so then I'm just bossing?
I think so.
Okay. Knockout. Ballistic Beak.
Take 2 prizes. No advance. Interestingly, that does keep my Defiance Band alive, but I'm not sure that makes a difference. This is when... Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Prime Catcher, Hisuian Zoroark V.
Okay.
I'm gonna put up this guy. I could have retreated, but I'm saving my retreat, because I don't know who I'm gonna need to retreat to, actually.
Okay.
So now that is my Gust. Now I'm gonna Roxanne.
Okay.
Which...
Remind me what Roxanne does.
You can use this card only if your opponent has 3 or fewer prizes remaining. Okay. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. Okay. You draw 6, your opponent draws 2.
Okay. I shuffle the whole thing into my deck, yes?
Whole thing into your deck. She's very powerful, but the problem is you can't use her for the first half of the game.
Right. Literally.
Right. Which is why... Traditionally, the deck that has played that the most has been Lost Zone decks, because they have a lot of ability to draw from their board anyway, and the only supporter they want to play early on is Chorus. Specifically, Lost Zone Giratina has mostly played Roxanne, but it is a very powerful card. Seems like every time I put it in a deck, it's always in like my opening hand when it's totally useless, and I would rather have an Iona.
I draw 2.
You draw 2. So that's my supporter, but that's okay, because I already got the Gust. So now, I just need, and I still have Quick Search live, so I need the Barrel, Energy, Ultra Ball, for Charizard.
Okay.
And now it's just a question of, do I have a rare candy left in the deck? Oh, good. Quick search, rare candy Charizard.
Okay.
Burning Darkness for the knockout.
I pulled that, and I pulled damage prompt.
I
So,
know,
like, even if I was putting down...
You never got to use the max belt. It's so
No,
sad.
My last item.
And honestly, we could put the other copy of Prime Catcher in there rather than the max belt. I just thought for this practice, the max belt would be good. But Prime Catcher, I mean, it's just such a good card.
Right.
It's just such a universally good card.
Right.
You should probably put it in yours.
I definitely feel like I'm understanding the flow of this a little bit better. It's just, it's hard when there's like so many bad options. Like, what's the best of a bad option?
Yeah.
So that part's tricky.
And again, sometimes the deck gives you everything right off the bat. Like,
right.
sometimes your opening hand is like Hisuian Zoroark V, Gabe Jawbog, Dodrio.
Damage bump.
Well, Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR, really.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how many that is. But, like, ideally, you start somebody.
Ideally, you have at least 5 pieces that you need.
You play a bunch of basics. You get damage on all of them. You evolve the Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR on the next turn, and then you Phantom Star. Basically, an empty hand into a good hand, and then you have the chance to play and potentially
evolve everybody on the second turn.
You're putting 280. Potentially you're hitting for 280 on that second turn.
Right.
But it doesn't always work out that way. Right. And again, the Gengar are really just there as a safety valve.
Right.
But
to use if I can't get anything down for whatever reason.
Right.
That automatically have damage on them.
Right.
Alright, you want to leave these out so you can
let's leave these set up.
Perfect.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed our very amateur play of Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR and Charizard EX.
My learning evening.
They are very fun decks, both of them. Obviously, Charizard EX is very popular and successful right now. Hisuian Zoroark VSTAR has gone up and down in popularity. It's not popular right now, but it has potential.
It has potential, and it's fun. It's a fun little deck.
And it allows Katie to play her shiny Dodrio.
Yes.
So, we're going to sign off for now, but thanks again for joining us, and as always, play and learn.